So this lesson is one of my favorites because we're talking about discounts, markups, commissions, and profit. And we all want to make money and we all want to save money. So there's a lot of vocabulary that you're going to be learning in the first couple of slides. And you've already written these down. But again, if you haven't, pause the screen, write it down, and then I'll show you examples of how to solve each of these types of problems. This is probably one of the most applicable lessons that you will have for real life. I know you guys are always wondering, when am I going to use this in real life? This is probably one of them. So let's just go quickly through some of the definitions. The first one is what we call the wholesale price. This is the price the store pays from the maker. And I put the maker in quotation marks because it could have been manufactured somewhere else and then sold at what we call these wholesale stores. So if I'm a store owner and I want to buy something to sell in my store, or I want to get something to sell in my store, I'm going to pay what they call a wholesale price. So it's going to be cheaper than it would be to the general public. And that's one of the benefits of having your own small business is you get that wholesale price. But I don't want to sell it at the wholesale price because then I wouldn't make any money. So I'm going to add what I pay from the wholesale for the wholesale price. I'm going to add what we call a markup. And that's the amount that I will add to the wholesale price. Because if I just bought the item, let's say it's a shirt, if I bought the shirt for $10 and I sold it for $10, I wouldn't make any money. And I want to make money. So I'm going to add to that $10, maybe sell it at $30 or maybe even a little bit more. So when I add my markup to my wholesale price, that's what we would call the retail price. So this is what the customer would actually pay at the store. And that's usually what you will see on the tag for the item is what we call the retail price. So everybody likes a discount, a sale, pretty much the same thing. So it's the amount that is subtracted from the original price. So you're going to usually see a percent. So when we did our ads, you will usually see 20, 25, 30, 35, maybe even sometimes 50% off the original price. What the store really originally wanted to sell it for, but for whatever reason, it wasn't being sold. So they want to offer a discount so customers will come in and buy that item. So the sale price, what the new price will be is I take my original price, which would have been that retail price, and I'm going to subtract the discount and whatever that percent would have been. If it was 20%, of $50, then I'm going to subtract 10% of 50 is 5, so 20% is 10. So I'm going to subtract 50 minus $10, so my sale price would have been 40. So the other thing that we have is what we call a commission. And when you're a salesperson, you may or may not work on commission. And what that means is if you could have an hourly wage. So if you work 4 hours in the store, you're going to get paid your $10, $15, $20, whatever your hourly wages. But a lot of people want to have what they call commission. So like car salesmen, like maybe fancy stores for jewelry or clothes, they would work on commission. A salesperson that maybe is selling software or new computers to a company would probably work on commission. And so they're going to be getting a percent of their sales. And so that really is going to want to make them work really, really hard because they want their commission to be higher. So it's going to be a percent commission. You're going to find it by multiplying whatever that commission percent could be. It could be a 5% commission, 10% commission, 3%, whatever it is. You take your percent and you multiply it by whatever your sales were. Usually it's for the month. Sometimes commission can be calculated on a quarterly basis, which just means 4 times a year. So profit, because we all want to make money. So the way I find my profit is whatever I make for that day. So my income for that day or that month or that year, I'm going to subtract out whatever I had to spend. Because remember, we have to pay our workers, we have to pay electricity, pay for the building, pay for our insurance. So our income, whatever we make from our customers, I have to subtract out my expenses, and that's going to give me my profit. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this here so the video is not too long. This is just really the definitions. And then the next one will have examples of how we're using all of these.